if you're looking for someone to be on your side right now, that ain't gonna get it done. Why not just answer the damn questions and go out there and play our best football at the right time? I'm gonna bust my ass for this group. I'm gonna bust my ass on that field, and looking forward to having a smile on my face next week. What's good, everybody? I'm Cam Heyward, Hayden Walsh, and welcome back to Not Just Football. We got to talk about the Bills game. We got to talk about our upcoming game versus the Ravens. I would love to be talking about that Ohio State-Michigan game, but didn't finish off the weekend right. And so, yeah, we got a lot to discuss. Very important games coming up. But, Hayden, what's your thoughts on the weekend?
Oh, on the weekend, just an all-time terrible sports weekend for me. Michigan came out Saturday. They looked good early, but then very flat, and Ohio State clearly was the better team. So happy for the Buckeyes. They hadn't done it in a couple years, and they look like they are primed to maybe even repeat. Julian Sain's really good. Jeremiah Smith's really good. And then Sunday came, obviously, and you had the same feeling I probably had, just a bad day all around. You guys just didn't play well. There's really no way around it. Looked good early in the first half. I think the defense played okay, but I was even looking at the numbers. I'm like, you're not going to be happy about the first half. You guys gave up 100 yards rushing in the first half. So even giving up 3 points, you're still going to be pissed off about that, and I think you should be. But yeah, just a tough game all around. I would love to hear your opinions on it. Buffalo clearly ran the football well. So what happened on Sunday?
Well, first, let's address the Ohio State-Michigan game. I don't want to just gloss over that.
No, we could skip over that. We could skip over that. We don't need to talk about that.
No, let's be fair. Ohio State did it done. I thought their offense played very well, spread the ball out. It wasn't just try to find Jeremiah Smith or run the ball. It was, a good dose of Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith. I thought the tight ends played very well. And then on defense, I thought, after a couple of early drives, they really sat down on the run. Once Jordan Marshall got hurt, that really changed a lot on y'all's side of the ball. But the one play in question was the bobble of the ball in the end zone. And me and you talked about it. I don't know the rules enough to really have an opinion on that. It could have gone either way. But I did ask you about this, though. How about the Michigan linebacker headbutting the ref? What did you think about that when that happened?
I mean, he should have been thrown out of the game. I don't care if he was trying to show the ref what he was doing or what happened on the play. You can't make contact with an official. That is a very clear rule. He should have been thrown out of the game. And the 4th and 2 play, everyone's a ref now. So everyone on the internet's a ref.
Yeah.
From what it looks like, maybe it was a fumble and a touchback. And I think momentum-wise, maybe that gives Michigan a chance. But I'm with you. Once Jordan Marshall went out of the game, Michigan clearly struggled throwing the football. They weren't getting their best players at the football, Andrew Marsh in particular. And just Ohio State controlled the ball. I mean, like you said, Bo Jackson, I think, had one of his best games of the year. Your offensive line dominated the line of scrimmage. Julian Sain never had any pressure on him whatsoever. And although in years past, I think C.J. Stroud threw for a lot of yards, I still felt like Michigan got to him and sacked him enough to where they made things difficult on him. Julian Sain didn't get touched all game, and that was a huge problem. You guys controlled the time of possession. I called you after the game, or we talked. I said, that was a boring game. I mean, Ohio State just controlled the ball in the second half. We never got it. I mean, Michigan has a lot to work on. They're really young, but I mean, just a dominant performance. I mean, if we're being honest, and if you think about it, if Sain doesn't throw the early pick, how bad does it get? Because we went down and got 3 points out of that, So it was just a tough game for Michigan all around.
And you got to go for touchdowns in that type of game. Like there was a lot of times it was 4th down, and we converted. You guys did it, or you guys just went for a field goal. You could not do that in that game. No. I felt in the second half it felt like an old school like trestle ball game where he was just going to eat the clock up if he could, and it really showed. I thought the quarterback for Michigan did not play well, and you're expecting a lot out of that kid, even though he's a freshman. But, glad we got the W. Glad we can put that behind us. Got the playoffs coming up. But the Big Ten championship, I think, between Indiana and Ohio State has 2 Heisman candidates where whoever wins that game is probably the favorite to win that game, the Heisman. So it's going to be an interesting game this week. Indiana looking for payback for last year. Ohio State really put it on them in that game before, and Ohio State wants that number one seed. They're looking to check off things this year. First beating Michigan, then Big Ten championship, then going for the college playoff. But it's got to be in that order. It can't be, you overlook that opponent because Indiana is a very good team. A lot of respect for them. And Kurt Cignetti is probably one of the premier coaches in our game. Indiana locked him up these past couple of weeks just to make sure he did not have anybody sniffing his tree to make sure he could go down there. So it should be an interesting game. Looking forward to watching that.
Yeah, I think it should be too. I'm obviously leaning Buckeyes in that game. I think it's funny though. You guys handled us, and I don't know how good Michigan really is, to be honest with you. But now the narrative against Ohio State, like from SEC land, is well, they haven't played anybody. Well, Saturday you guys are going to get to play somebody who's pretty good, like you said, another Heisman frontrunner, a guy who's projected in some people's mocks to be the first overall pick in next year's draft in Mendoza. Should be a really fun game, I think too. Can we talk about this? I don't think this game should matter. If Ohio State loses, it should not affect them getting a bye. They should still get the bye because at that point, why play the game if it's going to affect me from getting a bye? I think certain teams can play their way into certain position, but if Indiana and Ohio State have been 1-2 all year, they cannot drop out of the top 4 no matter what happens on Saturday to either one of them.
I think you're completely right. For being at the top of the league the entire year, there has to be some type of reward for that. Multiple teams have had 2 losses, 3 losses, and they might get an automatic bid, but it needs to play into that. These teams are playing each other 1 versus 2 essentially, and it should be a pretty good game that they should be getting home games out of this.
I agree. Well, they should not even have to play a home game. Just get the first round bye and go to play in whatever bowl they want to play in. So I don't know. I'm excited to see the game. Excited to see Ohio State finally tested because I don't know how good Michigan really is. And I think Indiana can do a little bit of both. So we'll see what the defense looks like. But if you guys can control the football like you did against Michigan, and one thing before we move on, sorry. I heard a stat on Saturday that I thought was insane. And it's honestly, you got to give Ryan Day credit on this. You guys have played on offense the least amount of plays. I think the least amount of plays in the country. So that is a good job of protecting your guys too. You're not making everybody play a ton of snaps. So I think that's also a crazy amount of thing that they score as many points as they do. They control the ball as much as they do, but they don't play as many snaps as everybody else, which is crazy. So Ohio State's on a crazy run right now. They look really good.
Well, in the defense as well, I know we keep talking about it, but their defense is averaging 7 points a game. Hats off to what Matt Patricia has done this year. Really that turning that defense into something special. You got Sonny Styles, you got Caleb Downs as well, who's playing as well as any player on defense. And I even saw number 97 for Ohio State. He had some really big plays. I thought early on in the season we didn't have a defensive line identity because we were losing so many pieces, Jack Sawyer and others. But 97 is a kid I really am interested in at the next level.
You only like him because his number. Let's just be real about that.
No,
get out of here. That's a number love. There's like 6 first rounders on that defense. Okay, like come on, dude.
I understand that, but I'm just saying.
The first rounders are at each level too. There's a first rounder. Was it Arviz or the edge? The edge guy 8, I think his number is really good. You've got the corners are all good. A little handsy. Your corners are handsy, but I think that's okay. And Caleb Downs obviously is a stud, absolute stud, and then Sonny Styles too. I mean, you guys are loaded, primed to win this thing again, and it sucks to say, but I was impressed. I mean, I think Ryan Day has really figured it out, and it's funny. This whole narrative about, we want to be more physical. Well, Saturday, you guys were the more physical team by a long shot. Michigan had success running the football early, but in the second half, when they had to throw it, they could not run it. And it was impressive. Ohio State looked really good.
Yeah. And now moving on to the Bills game, the thing we don't want to talk about the most. Defensively, you can look from the first play on, we did not do a good job of, creating edges. And it could be from a corner possession. It can be from an edge perspective. As a defense, we did not, push back enough. I talked about before we even got to this game, James Cook really makes that engine go. And I have a lot of respect for what he does. He can bounce any ball anywhere he wants. Our tackling was poor. I just don't think, we got enough opportunities to get after the pass. The passing numbers weren't crazy, but I think when you look at the running game, and you look at the half, it was 7-3, but it was very deceptive. We got 2 turnovers in the first half that really prevented them from putting points on the board. We even had some chances on 4th down to get off the field, and we just did not take advantage of that. 7-3 at half, come back out, offense turns over the ball, and puts points on the board. Then they go out, get another turnover. It was a recipe for not having a lot of success. Our punting was terrible. You name it, we did it wrong. I'm not going to shy away from our mistakes because they're glaring and they're holding our team back. But what are we always talking about? Stopping the run. If we want chances to rush the passer, you got to stop the run. If you want chances to get off the field early, you got to stop the run. And then on the other side of the ball, we did not have any chance in our run game. And they had some injuries up front, so we thought we could really take advantage of that. But it was inconsistent, and everybody's got to own it. There's accountability there, and as a leader, I gotta own it. And as crappy as we feel right now, we are a 6-6 team that's playing the Baltimore Ravens for the AFC North lead. And, I can sit up here and feel shitty about myself. I can sit up here and feel like, the world's on fire and I've done everything wrong. But I get a chance to, and our team gets a chance to go out there and answer that. We have 3 AFC North opponents in our next 5 games. And you can't, has it been perfect? No. And it's not even close to perfect, but there are opportunities still out here for us. There are things we can right the ship with. But the way we played these last 2 weeks, the recipe has been when we don't stop the run, we are giving our opponents way too many chances to, have a lot of success. And we're relying on turnovers to fix everything. As a defense, you can't do that. It's not sustainable. Some teams will play very, football safe driven football, whether it's not taking shots down the field, whether it's getting the ball out quick, screens, slants, bubble screens. There's just draws. There's a lot of things you can do to be very, be very careful with the ball. And we have to go out there and make the adjustments and really fight for this. It comes down to, high school ball where, those there's less amount of games and it becomes very critical in winning these. So looking forward to the challenge. Buffalo, we have to put behind us, but no, we have to stare in the mirror and look at what we did too.
Yeah, I'm curious though about the Buffalo game. I saw a thing, and I don't know how accurate it was, but it said that Buffalo ran the same play 29 times. And I don't know if that's true or not. You could tell me if that's bullshit, but it did seem like they were running a play where they would kind of cut back off, play off the aggression of the offense of the defensive line. Is this almost as simple as like getting back to the basics though, and staying in your gap and doing what you need to do? Or why were they able to run that play? It looked like the same play so many times for so much success, like you said, setting the edge. But it's like at some point, you got to just think you're going to stop it, right? Because as a fan, I'm watching that thinking, I think that's why fans are like, think the sky is falling, because it's almost a demoralizing way to lose where it just felt like they just kept running the same play and it kept working.
I think you can get into hero ball too. You could start to think, oh, I got to overcompensate things. And then it leads to different, ins and outs of a play. I don't know the exact stat of how many times they run it. They ran a certain play, but we talk about defense being an 11-man job. One, you got to destroy the block in front of you. You got to use good hands. Can't be moving sideways. We always talk about as a D line, you got to be able to stay square, stay flat, and be able to move with your hands and get off of blocks. As linebackers, you got to come down you gotta really hit and play with your hands. Sometimes I feel like we were just shouldering and not getting off blocks, as opposed to what we did, where they were just absorbed in a trade for one for one. Corners. We ask a lot out of them. We're not just telling them they have to be defenders in the pass; they have to be defenders in the run. And that means, one, your alignment has to come into play. Two, that means setting good edges and filling, because you have so much space out there. We knew this team wasn't really going to go down the field. Besides Gabe Davis, they didn't really have guys that really took the top. It was more of just mesh and slants and that nature, and really rely on this run game. So you can't be tight. But it is a group effort. It's not about just saying one guy did it. I thought our tackling was poor as well. So it's a multitude of things that we all have to take accountability for. Anybody who thinks they played well in this game, I just think you're not seeing the entire picture.
Yeah, like I said, the first half there were things, but I think you're right. The turnovers kind of masked it, and the second half, I mean, man, I'm not trying to be an asshole. That's one of the worst halves of football I've ever seen. Like just all around. I think you're right. It was a total group effort, and just it wasn't good. And I think it comes out, like you said, offense. The turnover for the touchdown hurt. I just think that, I don't know. It's I think you got to put it behind you though too, right? Like it's just one of those things.
Yeah, and this is the crazy part about it. As great as the running game was, right? We had multiple fourth down opportunities to get off the field, and
that's been an issue though all year. You guys have struggled getting off the field on third and fourth down. Why? Like what? And sometimes I will say, like I said, I don't know anywhere near the football you do. So if you think I'm being an idiot, go ahead and say it. But there's times where it'll be like a 3rd and 8, and we're playing what seems like behind the sticks and letting the guy catch and run. And sometimes I'm like, don't we want to get up and kind of let our pass rushers do their thing? Because Buffalo was down offensive linemen. I thought for sure Herbig, Highsmith, and Watt would be able to eat, but it just felt like he was getting the ball out of his hands quick, and they were able to run the football. So it's just what it's tough.
So like one that when teams want to play us that way, because when they want to protect their tackles, you can get into the ball of, hey, let's get into our playmakers as soon as possible, and then one, we negate a pass rush. Two, let's get our guys in space and see if they can tackle well. And I just think we did not do a good job tackling too. 3rd and 8. We did not dominate that. And, you can get enamored and say, hey, the rush didn't do this, the rush didn't do that. Well, we didn't put them in enough situations to get to a rushing standpoint. It became more of just, hey, if we can get something quick, we'll get something quick. And then, we'll live with our chances on 4th down.
Yeah, I just figured that was a team because, like I said, they don't have anybody that really scares you on the outside either. I know they had just signed Brandon Cooks, but I figured maybe we get up in them a little bit and let the boys on the outside work. But just a weird game all around. It was just strange. It started off strange and then continued to be bad. But we just need to move on and throw it away, right?
Yeah. Moving on to Baltimore, I think what's our favorite phrase? You got to stop the run. And to do that, you're dealing with I wouldn't even say two-headed monster, because that's not, they have a lot of other rushers too, but the premier rushers are Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry is more downhill. Once he gets a full head of steam going, he is able to, chuck every DB possible. It is a gang tackling type of week. Lamar is not even more dynamic. I think with the passes he throws, with the scrambling ability, he's able to find guys open. The one thing they've really struggled with this year is the turnovers. You look at their pass game versus Cincinnati, there was 5 turnovers. They were game-changing turnovers. And, we have to have some of that, but it can't be everything. We got to make sure we really get off the field quick versus them, hold up in coverage, and then got to get Lamar on the ground. the way you really send a message is if your defense can really get him on the ground, and having a lot of people. Their defense has gone through a lot of changes. I know Bika has been hurt. They've had others down for a little bit, but they are opportunistic as well on the turnover front. Kyle Van Noy, I think Kyle Hamilton is, one of the premier safeties in our game. And then Marlon Humphrey is always looking to make a turnover. He can play slot, he can play outside, but he's always punching at the ball. He's got that Peanut Tillman quality to him. I have a lot of respect for those guys. They know how to make things happen, and they're never out of gap. I know that I think Nate Wiggins got hurt in the last game, but no, I think they are a really thirsty bunch that really thrives off of turnovers. And so it should be a good game. We're going into, not the Lions Den, but the Bird's Nest in Baltimore Ravens. And we got to make sure we have a really good performance. Last year going to the playoffs, they ran it down our throat. And we're able to do it in a multitude of ways. So, new team, and both teams are really vying for this number one spot right now because it's the only way we're going to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, this is a huge game. Like you said, you got 3 division games in the next 5. So you guys, I know it seems bad, but you guys can control where you want to go. On Lamar, he's missed some time this year. Notice anything different, or is he pressing some of the reason why he's turning the ball over, or does he look like normal Lamar and he's just as much of a threat in the run game as he would be week 1?
I think he's still a threat in everything they're doing. Lamar, he's taking some time off, but I wouldn't put all those turnovers on him. Sometimes it could have been a tight end or a wide receiver dropping the ball. He is still one of the top quarterbacks in our league. So we got to have our best performance and really take it to him.
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton, you mentioned him. I don't know why, his size, he looks like Fred Warner playing safety out there. Like he lines up everywhere. Mm-hmm. He's a really good player. The defense, I know their defense, like you said, has taken some hits this year, but there's a lot of guys over there, man. And this is going to be such a physical matchup. You've talked about all the time that Ravens Steelers is a different type of hitting when you guys get out there. So you guys are going to be ready. You guys know you can go win the division too in the next 5 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's we make this gauntlet for ourselves, but why not just answer the damn questions and go out there and play our best football at the right time? 5 games left. Punch our ticket and ride this hot hand going into the playoffs. I know a lot of people don't share my same enthusiasm, but shoot, as a leader, I'm here to go for that and really get after it. And so my play to everybody's play has to be a lot better, and can't run away from it. But if you're looking for someone to be on your side right now, that ain't gonna get it done. I think it comes down to looking yourself in the mirror, addressing how we can be better, addressing how we can take the field and hold leads, because this might be one of the craziest stats. We've had a lead in every game we've played this year, which is unheard of. And so
that is nuts.
We it's not like we don't have enough that can do it. And so we got to play better ball. And I'm not looking for a Band-Aid to fix it. I'm looking for just consistent effort these next 5 weeks. And then we can make some noise in these playoffs when we get hot.
Yeah, and I saw Dan Orlovsky say a stat that I think you guys, the defense has been on the field the most of any team in the league this year, and the offense has been on the field the least amount of any team on the field this year. So it's like you guys are a big thing of complementary football, and like Saturday was a great point of like nobody was helping each other out. I think the big thing over the next 5 weeks is let's get back to where we were the first 5 weeks of the season, where defense was helping the offense out. Like there are positives, like. I think the Steelers lead the league in points off turnovers. So it's like when you guys give the offense the ball, they're doing stuff with it. So I would imagine too, and I'm curious too, you've got to think Baltimore is going to copy what Buffalo did Sunday, right? Like they would be stupid not to. It's a copycat league. So how are you guys preparing to right the ship on that, because clearly we did not find an answer in the game on Sunday. So how are we? What do we need to do to stop that particular type of play?
We need longer third downs, and that's by stopping first and second down a lot. You know, the turnovers were big in the first half last week, but we were also winning earlier and on downs. In the second half, it became 3rd and 4s, 4th and 2s, a lot more manageable downs. It's got to be more extended, and if we do that, that gets us off the field a lot earlier. And you're not just relying on coverage to play lights out. It's got to be an execution where first, second, third are all taken care of, and they're forced to punt the ball.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's go take care of Baltimore and then get everybody happy again. It's so funny how week to week, and I'm guilty of it too, where fans live and die, dude, where I like how you try to have to calm me down. Like, dude, it's a long season. So we got 5 weeks to go, right? Let's go. I hate the phrase. I don't even think it's real, but control your own destiny. You control your own destiny. Just remember that.
Yeah. Let's just be steady. We got to be the big steady right now. And, I think we got to have our best ball at the right time. I'm just looking forward to that. You got to say it before it's done. And, I'm on my manifestation kick. So let's get towards it. Let's go beat these Baltimore Ravens.
Love it. Get on your manifestation. Maybe I'll start doing that too. So give you a little extra juju there. How's that sound?
Yeah.
I'll join,
man. Let's make some manifestation boards. Let's just do it. Let's lock in here for 5 weeks. Let's lock in.
Manifest.
And see what we do.
Let's manifest a good rest of the year and a good 2026. How's that sound? How about that?
Yeah. Let's get our Thanksgiving is behind us. Let's make this December to remember.
I love it. That's like a Zales commercial or someone like that, like a car commercial. I feel like, yeah, nice. All right. Well, you want to spice it up here a little bit, switch it up?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do a little bit of holiday edition. This or that. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, better holiday drink: hot chocolate or marshmallow hot chocolate with marshmallow versus eggnog.
I'd love to say PSLs for our Starbucks, but they are not part of us right now, and so I'm going to go with hot
PSLs.
chocolate.
I think are over. It's December. Yeah. PSLs are over.
They don't do PSLs in December. No PSLs.
No,
in December?
They have like all those other ones. I actually used to like chestnut praline or something like that, but no, this is hot chocolate. This is not even a question. Eggnog stinks.
I don't even understand the thing with eggnog. I've never been an eggnog person. I've always been creeped out since I saw it in, what is it? Jingle All the Way, where he gets thrown on him and it just looks like throw up. And so I've always been a hot chocolate with marshmallows type of guy.
Yeah, I agree. And eggnog, like it looks like creamy, and then people put like alcohol in it, which I don't know. That just doesn't seem to mix well. I'd imagine people get sick off that a lot, but not a big eggnog guy. Mm-hmm. All right, better Christmas tree style: real tree or artificial tree?
Well, consider
you go artificial.
In the hospital because of I go artificial. Artificial is definitely a way to go.
You're smart. You just use your allergies for everything. Can't get a real tree, my allergies. Can't have a cat, my allergies. Just making this up. Your allergies are not that bad, but it is. I think
you'd be in the hospital. I've been in the hospital multiple times for a tree and cats. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Debatable. How long ago was that?
Last time I was in the hospital for a allergy asthma attack was probably 3rd grade.
See, that was like 30 years ago. You've grown past that. Get you a cat, man. Get you a cat. All right, better holiday movie: Elf or Home Alone?
Christmas Vacation is my favorite movie, so screw both of those movies.
I said it last year. You got mad at me, but Bad Santa. I watched it again last night. It's a funny movie, man. Billy Bob Thornton's the bad. It was funny.
You love using Billy Bob Thornton.
I do, man. He's good. You got to watch Landman, man. You got to watch it. It's a good show.
No,
I like it.
I'm good.
All right. Better gift opening strategy: Christmas Eve, one gift versus Christmas morning, all at once.
Christmas Eve, one gift. It's just, you got to know who the gift is from. It can't be from like that aunt that's a little kooky that might just get you like some rocks or a science gift. It's got to be like That one like big gift, you're like, okay, this could be something I really want.
You had an aunt get you a rock once for Christmas or a science gift?
Yeah. You don't remember like the rock and crystals gifts, like they used to like the National Geographic gifts? I used to get that like every year. And it used to be so hot, man, when I would open up that present and I'd be like, I just wasted my one good gift on this.
That just reminded me. My brother Jay once got me a magic set for Christmas, and I flipped out. I started crying, ran upstairs. My dad lost his shit. He lost his mind on me. To this day, they still make fun of me for it. But yeah, the magic gift, I'll never forget that, man. Good God. Terrible gift. I hated it. I wasn't into magic. I don't know what he was doing. Like, I don't even know what he was thinking, but I felt bad about my reaction.
I
But
also
yeah,
had a family member that I love, but like for my birthday every year, she gets me a card and then she gives me a hug coupon. And like it's cute, but
oh
I'm like,
no,
you were gonna get the hug
no,
regardless.
no, no. A hug coupon.
Yes.
Man, that's a man, worst gifts ever. That's a good segment. All right, last two here. Better holiday dessert, sugar cookies or gingerbread cookies?
Snickerdoodles, bro.
I like you know what not Buckeyes. What are those things where you wrap the Reese's in like a cookie? You wrap a Reese's in a cookie. So good. I don't
Snickerdoodles.
know. Is that a snickerdoodle?
Yeah,
No.
with the
It's
chocolate
a
the chocolate
it's a
kiss on
Reese's
top.
in a cookie. It's a Reese's in a cookie. Why would it be a snickerdoodle?
I never wait, a Reese's in I thought it was a chocolate kiss.
No, I don't know. It's a Reese's in a I have somebody I know can make Reese's in a cookie, and it's good. It's real good.
I've never had that, but
All right, last one.
mm, go
Better
for it.
snow day activity: building a snowman versus having a snowball fight.
Snowball fight. Nobody wants
Man,
to build
no.
a
You know
snowman.
what you
This
do?
isn't frozen.
Snowball fight's fun, but you get a go find a football field, get you some people to go have a football game in the snow. That's the fun stuff. Football snow is fun.
Or you just go sled ride. Sled riding is cool too.
I like sledding. Yeah, I
I'm cool.
mean, yeah, that stuff's fun
You
too.
remember we went
Skiing.
sledding like when you guys used to come up here and I did not play. So like we would go sledding before games.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was before games, but definitely the night before a game for sure. When you,
Yeah,
yeah,
night before game.
your rookie year, yeah, for sure. We went. I remember going sledding. Yeah, I do remember that. I don't remember where that was, but that was a pretty good little hill too. We went out and bought sleds too. That was pretty interesting. Wow, good
Yeah.
memory, great memory, great times,
Great,
great
great
times. All
times.
right, that's all I got for this or that. All right, you want to do a little Ask Cam Anything now? The people's favorite segment.
This is the second favorite segment. You know
No,
what the
it's the
first
people's
favorite
favorite
is.
segment. Let me do my spiel here. All right,
We'll get
go to the social media anywhere you find not just football. Use the hashtag ACA. Ask Cam anything, and he will answer your questions on the show. Are you ready to go?
let's do it.
Ron P. Hambone. If there was a sports movie made about you and the Steelers, which actor would you want to play as you? Ooh.
Damn. I just realized there's not a lot of light skinned actors.
Like if they ever did
Which
an older
actor?
version of you, I wish he was still alive, but James Avery would play the older version of you in that movie.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, Uncle Phil.
James
He would play the
Avery?
he would
Wow.
play the old he would play the old version of you. Like, back when you're like in the nursing home or whatever, like part of the movie.
Oh, I would get the guy from
Oh God, who are you about to say? Michael
oh
B. Jordan.
man, from Coach Carter. The son from Coach Carter, he could play me.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Wait, you think that guy's gonna be able to play you? Like that doesn't. We're just gonna make him look gigantic on film, or like that guy's
Yeah.
tiny.
Yeah.
We gotta play somebody
We're
with
gonna
more
go for that.
size.
They don't really
Well, it's like
cast like bigger actors. I played myself, damn it. I don't care.
who played Michael Orr? Did that guy actually look like Michael Orr? I don't think he did. Did he?
No. He looked nothing like Michael Oren, and he
See, so
don't
they
look
don't
like
really
me
care if
either.
it's really that accurate. They don't care if that's accurate or not. I hate to say it.
No.
I don't know who they would get the dude who was in Ballers to play you. Who played
Who?
the
Oh
offensive
my god. No.
Omar Benson Miller. Yeah, that's
Wow. Just shit on me. Thanks for that, bro.
it's not me, it's Hollywood who would do it. It's Hollywood. Hollywood never plays anybody who actually looks like them. All right, let's move on here. All right, Carl Stressing, who's
Let's.
your favorite superhero?
Give me Hulk.
Hulk. Wow, interesting. How deep of a bag do you go in there? Like, do you go the whole Marvel like universe? Like, that's what you just wrecked your brain through?
I went through Marvel. I went through DC. I feel like Superman's too easy. I was gonna say Iron Man, but, but I feel like that was too easy as well. I feel like a Hulk is like a badass one I've always liked since I was young. You don't want to do Batman. You don't want to
Why?
do
Batman's
like
cool. Who's cooler, Batman or Iron Man?
oh Iron Man.
Batman's cool, dude.
Iron,
Batman's cool. And Batman
Batman
don't
has
need
to
that whole
hide.
suit.
Everybody
He
knows
doesn't
who
need
Iron Man is. That's what makes Iron Man cool. Everybody knows it, and he still gets the shit done.
Dude, everybody knows who Batman is. It's like an unwritten like rule. Everybody knows who it is.
No,
They
they
just don't
don't. They
talk about
don't
it.
know.
Everybody
Everybody is
knows.
just tripping.
You think he's
Everybody's
fooling
on.
anybody with his voice? Hey, what are you doing? That's no. Everyone knows it's Bruce Wayne, bro. Everybody
I love
knows.
in what is it, Dark Knight, where he's like, Rachel,
Yeah,
where's Rachel?
yeah. It's so obvious. Harvey Dent's got to be like, dude, Bruce, is that you? Like, it's so obvious. I hate that when they do that. He should use a voice modulator. All right,
Very
last
cool.
one. Will F. Freeman, 50. Besides your dad, who was your favorite player growing up?
Favorite football. Oh man. Uh, and this just has to do with playing Madden. It was probably either Marshall Falk
Mm,
or Mike Vick because
mm,
those two were unstoppable in the Madden games.
Both great fantasy football
What about
players
you?
when they're both great fantasy football players when they're in their prime, for sure.
Yeah.
My favorite players growing up, Troy Polamalu was probably my favorite Steeler. Loved Jason Gilden too, the outside edge guy.
Mm.
Um, Heinz Ward, Plexico Burris, Charles Woodson was a big athlete. I enjoyed watching a lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
Reggie
man, I don't know.
Bush.
Reggie
Reggie Bush
Bush
was
was a good one.
probably
Yeah. hmm
Reggie Bush was very fun to play with on college football back in the day, especially when you could
hmm
do that like slow motion, like in the moment, and he would like cut back on the entire team. That was really fun to do.
Yeah, Reggie Bush was a good one. I mean, I don't know, man. We're old. There's been so many good guys. I mean, if you're going like other sports, like shoot, all the NBA guys, LeBron, KD. I've enjoyed watching all that. We've been really lucky, really lucky. I mean, even tennis, Joker, Nadal, Federer. We're in the greatest time ever. Tiger Woods is another one. Like we've seen so many great athletes. That's an impossible question to answer.
All right, now it's time for our favorite part of the show, our aha moments. Ask Hayden anything moment. I only have one for you today. Are you ready for it?
Love it.
What's the best gift you've ever given?
I don't know. That's tough. What's the best gift you've ever given? So maybe I could see what you're going with here.
Best gift I've ever given. It was probably to my wife. I think we had been dating like a year or two, and it was in college. It was for a birthday. It was I had um a photo album made. Actually, I made the photo album, and it was pictures of like her and every one of her friends, and then they all got to write like a special message to her. And I just remember her like in complete tears after. Like I felt like I had done like an amazing job after that. Yeah, I just really took the cake for that.
That sparked one for me where my wife's grandmother had passed away and my father-in-law's mother. So when she had passed away before we had gotten together, but for years, like she has always made her pasta, like and her grandma she has it like written down like in her handwriting and stuff.
Mhm.
So I got a like a cutting board made where somebody went in there and basically just kind of like printed her whole recipe on the cutting board and stuff, like in her handwriting and
Oh,
stuff. So it was like, then I got one for my father-in-law too. So I got one. So I was like, man, I got some pretty good brownie points on that one. So I'd say probably that's probably one of the best ones I've ever done. Um,
nice.
yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah. I needed something to spark me there, but yeah, that's one that we still, like you said, we still have that up. And so does my father-in-law still has it up too. So if
Mm,
I think that's kind of the best gifts, not the like clothes or anything like that. The ones that you actually hold on to more than a year or 6 months.
yeah, yeah. And I've gotten really good gifts in the past. Like she one year she got these metal like pictures made of one of me and then one of my dad. And I remember just like crying on Christmas Day because it was just so damn cold. Like, they're propped up in our basement, but it was really freaking cool.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I didn't know those were Christmas gifts. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, yeah, that's all you got. You're good.
That's good. I wanted to keep it very simple.
I love it. Keep it short. Keep it easy. Make it easy for me. I appreciate it. Yeah.
I won't keep it that way for too much longer. But well, guys, if you have any more questions for Hayden, please put them in the chat. Please put them on our comments. Like and subscribe, because we all know you guys want to learn more about Hayden. There's a little bit of a mystery there, and we need to just open that onion up and find those layers. And I'm looking into those pretty eyes right now. I think it's time we do that.
Thanks. All right, we could do that. That's fine. I guess. Whatever.
All right.
Whatever you want. Fine. Whatever.
We're getting a little sentimental here, but that has been our episode, Not Just Football. We need prayers. We need to get our crap together. And this has been Not Just Football. We are getting back on track this week. We are getting our crap together, guys. I promise you that. I'm a bust my ass for this group. I'm gonna bust my ass on that field, and looking forward to having a smile on my face next week. So see you next time, and that has been our episode of Not Just Football.